So hello and welcome to the second update for my shunting layout. I haven't got a name for it yet, so we'll have to work on that. And as you can see, since the last video where we just had the track nailed down, I've had an awful lot done. We had a bit of time off over Easter, so I managed to get quite a few bits of the project done. So the obvious thing, I guess, is the back scene. Usual Pico back scenes, the nice industrial ones, and then I've deliberately hidden them with buildings and things so that you've got the nice impression of the town in the distance. So best place to start, I guess, is here. We've got our little cattle dock in now. That cost me £1.50 from Classic Rail, who I see has done a message out to all the people that have signed up after our earlier video, pointing out how to contact him to get a lot of these smaller bits, which is good. Got a couple of cows in there, which I got from China cheap. So my station building there, now some very observant people of you that have been following us since the very beginning will spot that as the station building that was on the very first video that we did, except it had a back on it. So what I've done is taken the back off and put it in there. Sorry, got quite a bit of muck on here from where we've been moving it around. So that's actually an old-fashioned super quick station. I've taken the back off and used the walls to rebuild a second wing, so it's a longer one, and I've redone the roofs. Now you can also see there the canopy, which again some of you will know came from Homeward Valley, so that's not gone to waste. The platforms I'm very pleased with, but we did a video on Tuesday on how we built those, so hopefully you've all seen that. In the back here we've got a long industrial building, which is where I got the idea from reading a magazine saying try and put low relief buildings in front of your back scenes to give everything some depth. That's actually the remains of a very old super quick engine shed that cost me about 50p. All I've done is used the walls, put an end on from another wall I had, roof from cardboard and super quick, chimney made out of cardboard, and we've got a nice low relief building. We then moved to the low relief cottages, which again I think have blended in quite well with the back scene. They are the backs of the super quick terraces. You'll remember that I used the fronts on Market Town layout, and these are the backs. And again, I've added a roof and some chimneys, which I've got to do a bit more work on. The outdoor privies came from another super quick kit, and all I've done is added the walls around. I got the greenhouse cheap from Classic Rail again, and I've even got a little side gate there on there. So we're going to have quite a bit of detail in this area when it's done. This area is going to be a nice open plan goods yard. I've got a new one of these actually, goods sheds, that I paid £1 for at the Bluebell Railway Show. And I've also got a weighbridge office that will go there. So we'll have a nice, looking at photos, a lot of these railways goods yards were actually quite open. They weren't that cramped. So I'm hoping to give that impression. This might be a little coal yard, which is why I've got my coal truck in there. And for the moment, I've just used some grass mat to do the grass at the front, just from China, and a bit of old that old Hornby ballast mat that I've got as the road there, and we'll have fences and people and things in. So an awful lot gone on, done. Oh, I forgot to point out the signal box. That's the old, was originally Fowler, then Rovex, then Hornby, and now I see Gauge Master have got it. But what I've done is just weathered it up a bit so it doesn't look quite so plasticky. So I'm quite pleased with that. I think it matches the colours quite well. So I'm not sure we'll get another update out quite so quickly because back to the real world now, back to work. But I did do a bit of shunting the other night, and I'm really pleased with what I can get on here. I can get most of my bigger diesels, most of my steam locos, and they all seem to run okay on it. So I'm quite happy. And quickie, built myself a little fiddle yard that'll sit off the end of there, and I'm just putting the power onto it using bulldog clips. Alligator clips, I beg your pardon, wrong animal. Nice and simple, 2 of those, clip on one either side, no soldering, and they've worked really well. So, thank you for watching, and as always, have fun with your model railways and your model railroads. Hi, thanks for watching the video and for the nice comments. Click on the left for a previous video in this series, click on the right for another video you might enjoy, and please don't forget to click to subscribe, like, comment, etc. Thanks again.